Hi, welcome to the small shed. This week I'm back on the oak garden furniture. I'll see you in a minute. So this week it's been a bit of a short week in the shed really. I've had 5 days away from home, so we've only had a couple of days, and that's had to cover not only work that I'm doing here but stuff that needs doing in the house as well. So a bit of a short video perhaps this week in terms of progress, but I've been working on the oak furniture and moving on to the benches now that we've got an established finish regime for what the lady wanted. And so we've taken the timber, or we hopefully are taking the timber from its rough sort of planed up and squared up state to the state where we've got the thing ready to put it into finish, I hope. So let's see how far we can get with it. Now, when we last did anything on this bench, I'd done the back and fixed that at the top. I hadn't done the lower back, and I'd done the front rail on the seat part. Now, in the meantime, I've carried on and done all the other parts and put all the inserts in, but it's time now to actually decide what I've got to do with the cleaning up of the wood, if you like. I don't want to keep the sharp edges on because they are not very pleasant to be in contact with. So I've just got a little hand router and run along one of the edges underneath where it doesn't show, just to get a rough idea, and that seems to work well. It gives me a nice soft tactile sort of corner that we can then sand out, and that will be just about ready for finish then. So I think I'm going to just carry on and do all of that. It makes a hell of a mess inside the shed, so I'm going to take all this off down to Menin Sheds and do down there because it's easier to sweep up afterwards. I want to just round over on the back. I want to just take the top corner off on the seat back again, just to take that edge out, but not too aggressively. I can always come back and take a bit more off, but I can't add more on, so that will work with that. And then the only other thing I'm not sure about, which I'll need to check when I've got the smaller quadrant mould on it, is that on the front edge of the seat I might want to put a much bigger round over. I've got a big round over bit that I was using when I did the double-decker bus bunk bed that will give a much nicer curve, because it'll be where the back of your thigh is when you sit down on the seat. So I may well increase the depth on that one. We'll see when we actually get it done. So we'll load it all in the car and take it down to the shed and we'll have a go down there. just going to change what was to be the face of one of the back pieces, because you can see, despite having prime oak that's been kept and stored in consistent conditions for several weeks, it's gone quite considerably bowed in that plane across there. It's amazing how wood will just continue to move no matter what you do. As it happens, on the back there is a bit of a curve on the ironwork that actually fits much nicer on that way round than the other way round. So I'm just going to transpose these markers from this side to the other, and we'll turn it over. But just shows it doesn't matter what you do. I dare say if I'd have bolted this up with the inserts in, it would be fine, but I might as well take advantage of nature, having given me a slight bit of curvature in the wood. It's not a huge amount, but it's enough just to make it fit better the other way around. Right, so that's got all the slats fitted. They're not all tightened up yet because I need some more bolts, so it's not all held properly, but all the inserts are in, all the rounding over's done. So really it's now a matter of just taking it apart, giving it a really good final sand, tidying up any bits that need tidying up, and then we can start and get the colour into it, but I think that's going to have to wait until next week. Okay, so it's time to get these sanded and finished now, ready for the, well, effectively grey staining with the steel and vinegar. Just before I give it a sand, I'm just going to give it a rub all over with a very slightly damp bit of tissue cloth, and that will just raise the grain a bit, and it helps that next time when we add the finish it won't all come up and make it prickly. So just get that done, and then we'll get on and sand and sand and sand. Empty out the nozzle on the Ryobi, get it completely clean, vacuum it out, and then that way I'll get hopefully at the end of it half a container full of oak dust, which is always useful for repairs, crack filling, that sort of thing, and if not, I shall take it back to the shed and use it back there. Right, so we've had a reasonable bit of progress. What I need to do, as I mentioned now, is just take the whole thing down, spend a day sanding it properly, get the finish on it, and get that one over to the lady, make sure she's happy with it, get it installed, bring another one back, rinse and repeat. So hopefully there'll be, I would imagine, one more video just of basically finishing off this, getting it over there, installing it, and then I'll carry on doing the other two. Yeah, you don't really need to see that again. So I hope the video was of interest. Look forward to seeing you next week when we'll be doing something different, and hopefully I'll see you then. Bye.